You know there's someone who can't sleep because you are in their thoughts. It's not something fleeting or superficial. It's something that weighs, that squeezes the chest in a way they can't explain. And if I am telling you this, it's because somehow you need to hear it. This silence can't continue any longer. They try to carry on with life, pretend that everything is okay, but the truth is that you occupy a huge space in their mind. All they want right now is the courage to look you in the eyes and say what they feel. But fear, doubt, maybe even the idea that you won't understand, hold back the words. And this is taking away their sleep, taking away their peace. Do you have any idea how much this hurts? Holding on to something so big, so true, without knowing if they'll manage to say it before it's too late. They don't know if you feel the same, but they know that you are important. More than important, you are irreplaceable. And while you go about your days without noticing, they pay attention to your details. The small things that you might not even be aware are a part of who you are. They carry these things, like recorded memories, frozen moments, because you have marked their life in a way that no one else has. Now answer me honestly, if they were here in front of you saying all this, what would you do? Pretend you didn't hear. Try to change the subject. Or do you also feel something inside and are just waiting for the right moment, which never comes? This person is waiting for you. Maybe not for much longer, because no one can hold on to feelings for so long without it hurting them, but for now they still believe. And now it's up to you to decide what you are going to do with this. She still believes, but she is tired. Not of you, not of what she feels, but of the weight of carrying everything alone. Because each passing day, doubt corrodes a little more. Do you notice? Do you feel it but don't know how to react? Or is it all just an illusion, something she created alone in her head? This uncertainty is what hurts her the most. Do you know what it's like to spend hours imagining conversations that never happened, rehearsing words, gestures, the right tone of voice, only for silence to win in the end? That's what she does, and not because she wants to, but because she's afraid. Afraid of looking foolish, of being rejected, of ruining everything. Because deep down she doesn't want to lose you, even if it means remaining silent. But at the same time, this silence is killing her inside, because there are things that need to be said. There are feelings that no longer fit in her heart and need to be exposed, even if it hurts, even if they are not reciprocated. And she knows that. She knows that sooner or later she will need to make a decision, say everything or walk away, and I don't know which of these options would be worse for her. Do you realize how much the presence or absence of a single person can change everything? Because to her you are that person. Her day improves just by seeing you, even from afar. Your smile can brighten everything, even if you don't notice. But at the same time, your distance hurts, the way you seem oblivious to all of this. And maybe you really are. Maybe you have no idea how important you are, or maybe you know and you're just waiting for the right moment to act. But is there ever a right moment, or are you also afraid? If you feel something, if at any moment in your day you also think of her, even for an instant, then why not say it? Why not break this silence that is suffocating both of you? Because I know that, deep down, you feel it. It may not be so clear, it may not be as intense as what she feels, but there's something there. And what is stopping you? Pride, doubt, the fear that things might change? Because one way or another things will change. Her silence won't last forever. One day she will get tired of waiting, and when that happens, you will feel the void. It may not be immediate, but it will happen, because even if you're not sure of what you feel, you know that she is important. You know that her world revolves around you in a way that yours might not revolve around her. But that doesn't mean she won't be missed. It doesn't mean you won't feel it. The question is, are you willing to take that risk? To let her go, pretend that none of this matters, only to realize later that it does? Because right now, you have the chance to change everything. You have the chance to listen, to speak, to open space for something that could be bigger than any fear or doubt you have. But this chance won't last forever. Her time is running out. She is waiting for you, but she doesn't know how long she can hold on. Because loving alone is heavy, carrying the silence of two people is exhausting. And even though she loves you, even though she wants you close, she also needs to protect herself. She needs to take care of what is left of herself before the love for you consumes her completely. You are here, reading this, feeling something. Maybe it's doubt, maybe it's discomfort, maybe even anger because these words are poking at something you didn't want to touch. But the truth is, you know this matters. If it didn't matter, you would have stopped listening a long time ago. But deep down, you know these words are for you. That this situation is real. That person exists. And somehow, you know exactly who she is. She is there in her corner, carrying a love that you might not even think you deserve. Because sometimes that's it, right? You ask yourself, why me? What do I have that's so special that makes someone feel all of this for me? But her love isn't about what you have or don't have. It's not about deserving. It's about who you are, about what she sees in you that maybe no one else sees, not even you. But then there's the question, what are you going to do with this? Because continuing to ignore it is not an answer. Pretending that this doesn't affect you won't work for long. You can try, but this feeling will still be there, hammering in your head, in your chest, because some things you can't escape. And someone's love for you is one of those things. You're afraid, I know everyone is, afraid of opening up, of exposing themselves, of getting hurt, afraid of admitting that you feel something, even if you don't know what it is yet. But what you need to understand is that she is also afraid, much more than you, because while you're there, trying to decide what to do, she is dealing with a whirlwind of emotions that give no respite. And yet she continues waiting, believing, hoping that you will notice. But as I said before, she won't wait forever. And this is not emotional blackmail, it's reality, because no one can hold everything alone for so long. At some point she will need to move on, even if she still loves you. Because no matter how much she wants you, she also needs peace, she needs answers. She needs to know that she is investing her heart in something worthwhile. Now tell me, are you going to let this happen? Are you going to watch from afar while she leaves? Because in the end, that is what will happen if you continue to stay still. She will leave. Not because she wants to, but because she needs to. And you will be left there, with the emptiness. And no matter how much you try to fill it, it will be different. Because no one feels for you what she feels. And it's no use trying to hide what you feel too. You can even deny it to yourself, but the truth always comes out. Maybe you already know deep down that you feel something. Maybe you are still trying to understand. Or maybe you are so bound by fear that you can't even admit it. But let me tell you one thing. Fear never goes away, it will always be there. The difference is what you decide to do with it. You can use fear as an excuse not to act, to stay in the same place, to let everything pass by. Or you can face it. Because facing fear in this case is not just about you. It's about her too. It's about giving her the chance to know what you feel truly without detours, because she deserves that. And so do you. If you feel something, say it. It doesn't matter if it's not as big or as intense as what she feels. What matters is being honest. It's giving her the clarity she needs to decide what to do, because silence hurts much more than any truth. And if you don't feel anything, then say it too, because as much as it will hurt her, it will set her free. It will allow her to move on, to find someone who can love her the same way she loves you. But please don't leave her in the dark. Don't leave her stuck in this cycle of doubt and uncertainty, because she has already spent too much time living like this. Now it's up to you. Yes, you. There is no more room to postpone. This message was made for you, for a moment like this. The words you just heard carry a weight, and the greater weight is in your hands now. It's time to stop running away. Stop pretending that this doesn't affect you, because you know it does. And no matter how much you try to ignore it, this truth will always find a way to reach you. You already know what you need to do, but fear, doubt, and that feeling of, I'll tackle it tomorrow, hold you back. But tomorrow is no guarantee. Tomorrow could be too late. And what will you do if you miss this chance? Will you live with uncertainty, with regret, with the what if echoing in your head? Because look, regrets are cruel. They don't come from what you did and went wrong. They come from what you didn't do. From the words you swallowed, from the actions you never took, from the opportunities you let slip, thinking there would always be another one. But you know what? There isn't always another chance. And even when there is, it's never the same. It never has the same sparkle, the same intensity, the same possibility that existed in the first moment. Now think with me. What do you feel for this person? Don't tell me you don't know. Deep down, you know. It may not be so clear. Perhaps you're afraid to admit it even to yourself. But if you got this far, it's because something touched you. Something reminded you of her. Something inside you is urging you to act. So why hesitate? I know, it's hard. Opening your heart, exposing yourself, facing the possibility of rejection, none of that is easy. But what in life that really matters is easy. Great changes, great moments, great loves, none of that comes without effort, without courage, without the willingness to take risks. And what do you have to lose? Because honestly, the biggest risk you take is not hearing a no. The biggest risk is never knowing what could have been. And if you do not feel the same about this person, if you think that what they feel is not reciprocal, you still have a responsibility. They entrusted you with something valuable, even if silently. They put their heart in your hands. It is not fair for you to treat it with disregard. Telling the truth, even if it is painful, is an act of respect. It is allowing them to be free, to move on, to find a path that is fair to them. But silence, oh silence, hurts more than any word. It destroys slowly because it leaves room for doubts, for false hopes, for the pain of someone who doesn't know what to think. So I ask you, why not now? Why not act? What are you waiting for? Why not? Life is made of moments like this, of decisions that seem small but that change everything. And this decision is one of the big ones. Maybe you don't realize it now, but in some time, when you look back, you will remember this moment. And what do you want to feel when that happens? Relief for having acted, for having had the courage, or regret for letting it pass? And while you think about it, I want to invite you to reflect even more deeply. This person who feels so much for you, who carries this love almost in silence, is a flesh and blood person, just like you. They have fears, doubts, insecurities. They are dealing with all of this while still finding the strength to love you. Do you have any idea what that means? What that demands of them? And are you going to keep ignoring that? Will you continue pretending you don't notice, that you don't know what to do? Be honest with yourself, because that's what this is about now. It's not just about them, it's about you, about your ability to recognize what you feel, to face what needs to be faced, to decide. And if you feel something, even if you're not sure of its size, shape, or intensity, that's already a start. Nobody begins a journey knowing all the answers. The important thing is to take the first step. And if you really don't feel anything, that's okay too. It's not a problem not to reciprocate. The problem lies in staying silent, in letting them continue to carry something that will never be returned. The problem is in running away, in pretending that this doesn't exist, because no matter how difficult it is, honesty is always the way. Always. Now, before you leave here, let me ask you something important. If these words touched you, if they made you reflect, if in some way you saw yourself in this situation, comment here. I want to know what you felt. I want to know how this message reached you. Because this isn't just about you. There are many people living exactly this right now, and your story can inspire others to act, to speak, to open up. And don't forget to like the video. This is not just about numbers. It's about showing that messages like this make sense, that they matter, that they are reaching those who need to be reached. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe right now. Here, we talk about real things, about feelings, about choices, about life as it is. And I want you to be a part of this. I want you to keep receiving these messages, that they continue helping you to think, to feel, to live more connected to what matters. Now go ahead. Make your decision. Call her, send a message, look for her. Or, if that's the case, be honest and say what you really feel, or don't feel. It doesn't matter how you do it, just do it. Don't leave it for tomorrow, because tomorrow might be too late, and later, when there's nothing more you can do, the only thing that will remain is regret. And after you act, come back here. Tell me what you did, how it went, what happened, because I want to know. I want to follow your journey, root for you. Be here to remind you that in the end, what matters is having had the courage to be truthful. And that, my friend, that is everything.